Hello subscribers, here is another review, and this time I'll be reviewing two figures, which is the Mattel Jurassic World Battle Damage and Savage Strike Plesiosaurus. The Savage Strike Plesiosaurus I got on Amazon for $10, and the Battle Damage Plesiosaurus I got on eBay for $25. First, let's take a look at the packagings. So here's the packaging of the Savage Strike Plesiosaurus. Same old thing as the other Savage Strike figures, front and back, basically the same old stuff. Battle Damage, basically the same packaging, here's the front, then the back, and yeah, like I said, same old stuff. Before we take a look at the figures, let's take a look at the collector's card of the Savage Strike Plesiosaurus. As you can see, there's a nice artwork of the animal, and the stats are pretty low. If I had to change anything, I'd probably change the speed to a 6 out of 10, and the intelligence to probably a 3 out of 10. Here are both of the Plesiosaurs, and as you can see, they are looking pretty cool. Now, of course, they're the exact same sculpt. See the top, the side view, and then the bottom. Now for the detailing, say like the detailing on the head, the neck, the flippers, and the tail, pretty much the same exact thing. But see the body here, or the torso, see the detailing right here, you can see plenty of sculpted detailing. You can actually feel it. Unlike the Savage Strike one, so you can't really see much detailing from here, and it actually feels a lot more smoother. So overall detailing wise, the Battle Damage one has more detailing. Now, let's talk about the paint job, since that's really on my mind right now. I actually like the paint job of the Battle Damage figure more. As you can see, it has more complex striping right here than this one. See, the colors for this one is it's a very light, very bright blue-white color. It's like white, but you know they added some blue to it. And then the striping is like a bluish green color. You know, this looks like an animal that would live in like the Arctic Ocean. See this one here, it's a very dark bluish gray. I don't know, but see, and also a yellow sand color. Like this is more of a coastal animal. Now let's talk about the gimmicks. Of course, this is one we've seen already, the sliding battle damage feature, and it works pretty well. Now this one here, being a Savage Strike figure, there's a button on it, and then you press it, then she does a flipper swimming action. See, here's it from the top and the bottom. And it works really well. It doesn't really feel that cheap as some of the Savage Strike figures. Now let's talk about the articulation. Now, for the articulation, you can move the head, the jaw, the neck, and the flippers. So the Battle Damage one has 7 points of articulation. The Savage Strike figure is basically the same, but it has 8 points of articulation, because you can actually move the tail on this one. Also, another thing worth mentioning is that the head and neck articulation on the Savage Strike figure is a lot stiffer than the Battle Damage figure, which is very stable, not loose. See, the more smooth movements, easier to pose this figure. And also, another difference in the articulation. This one, the flippers are only restricted to moving this way, because of, the spring-loaded flipper action feature. This one, on the other hand, it has ball joints on all the flippers, like the 2018 Mosasaurus. And because of, these ball-jointed flippers, you could put the figure in a variety of joints, such as this one right here. It's one of my favorite poses. Or, the other way. So yeah, now let's talk about the aesthetics of the figure. Now, like I said, both of these have great sculpts because, they're the same thing. But, aesthetically, I think the Battle Damage one is the more pleasing figure. Like I said before, the detailing is more apparent and just has a better color scheme. See, like, the very whitish blue colors, the blue-green striping, and of course the more complex striping. And also, all these features combined with, the ball-jointed flippers can create awesome poses, like I've already said before. While this one, on the other hand, see, the detailing is not that apparent as this one right here. And also, the color scheme, like, it's cool, but I just don't think it's as good as this one, though. So let's start with the comparisons now. Here are the Plesiosaurs next to some other Dino Rivals figures. Here is the massive Mosasaurus next to the Battle Damage and Savage Strike Plesiosaurus. And see, these figures work really well together with their, aquatic-looking paint jobs. And it's unfortunate that we're not getting any marine animals for the Primal Attack line. I guess the Sarcosuchus is the closest we can get to that. Here are the Mattel Plesiosaurs next to the Collecte Mini Zephactinus. Well, there you have it, guys. This is my review on the Mattel Jurassic World Dino Rivals Battle Damage and Savage Strike Plesiosaurus. Now, overall, I think these two figures are great, but if I have to choose one, I'm gonna have to say the Battle Damage one. This figure is just simply amazing. Like I said before, has more apparent detailing. The detailing is actually pretty good for a marine reptile, because as you know, marine reptiles are known to have a very smooth skin. And also, the paint job is simply amazing. See how I love the blue they chose for it, and the striping looks good. And of course, the best part about this figure is the wonderful articulation. They're very smooth and they're not loose. Especially this awesome flip articulation. You could put him into a variety of poses. Right here. Well, I'm just going to say it. This is my favorite Dino Rivals figure. Well, no, scratch that. This is actually my favorite Mattel Jurassic World figure. Yep, I said it, guys. I have a favorite Mattel Jurassic World figure. Which is, like I said, this Plesiosaurus. Now, the Savage Strike one, it has the same cool sculpt, but, you know, the articulation is limited, and the paint job is not as good as this one. It's still a really good paint job, but, like I said, it's just not as well done as the Battle Damage figure. So yeah, if I had to give these two a rating, the Battle Damage one, I'm going to have to give a solid 10 out of 10. The Savage Strike one, I'm going to have to give it an 8.5 out of 10. This figure is a lot easier to find now, as people have been finding in Ross and lower prices on eBay. This one can be found on Amazon for $10. So if you guys like this review, leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.